What's going on, guys? How is everything going? You are a demon if you skip that intro, but I had to let the intro play, of course, and I got to press the start button before the intro plays again. As much as I love it, I would not want it to play during my well-beloved intro. But yeah, guys, how is everything going? I am back, and it's good to be back. It's been like a good 2-3 weeks since I've done a playthrough, and as you can see, we are here with Metal Gear Solid 2, back at my favorite franchise of all time again. But before I go into everything, let me run through a few things here. It is June 13th, 2013, 5:38 p.m. This is the time that it's all going down. Another rainy day in New York. We've been fucking getting rain and nothing but rain and rain and rain for the past, like, we get like 2 days of rain and then 1 day of sun, 2 days of rain, 1 day of sun. It's been a real shitty summer so far, but you know, I'm not complaining. I like the rain. But that's all besides the point right now. How are you guys doing? Like I always say, I know I asked you that like 3 times already. I'm bugging. I'm slightly tired, but like I always say, it should make for an interesting playthrough. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2, I had to let the intro run, of course, because I fucking love that intro. Not more than Metal Gear Solid 3's intro, but you guys will see that when the time comes. But of course, I would also be a demon if I did not like let that intro, you know, provide you that intro. Like that's just sacrilegious. You don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since Infamous. E3 has actually been happening this week, and a lot of shit been happening in terms of the new PlayStation, the new Xbox One. And I'm not gonna get into that now because I'll be talking for hours on end, and we had to talk about this game. But just to let you know that I do plan on doing a video of my thoughts on the Xbox One and the PS4 and where Microsoft and Sony stands, at least with me, or my opinions on them in general. Also, big news on Metal Gear Solid 5 being that, unfortunately, because I almost shed a tear when I saw the David Hayter name appear in the intro credits there, David Hayter will not be voicing Big Boss in Metal Gear Solid 5. And I have mixed feelings about that for multiple different reasons, but I guess we can... That's also be another video that I'm going to be talking about fairly soon. But as for right now, I just want to focus on this because this is like, I can't place whether this is my favorite Metal Gear Solid of all time or 3 is. It's so close. But either way, I'm pretty excited to get into it. Let's see. It does not appear during intrusion view. Okay, I agree with that because I think the other types are. I'm not with that. Appears even. Nah, that's too easy. Okay, so that's like normal. I'm gonna keep the blood on. Full screen. I hope. Well, I'm pretty sure cutscenes are already. Well, would that be captions? I guess that would be captions. On view, reverse, no. Item window, group, linear, group. I like group. Quick change. Previous. I have a preference for this, but I can't remember which one it was. Equip, unequip, selected, or previous. Switch between currently and previous equip. I think it was this one that I personally like to play with throughout this game. I had to go through that. And transferring, not doing that. Although I have a PSP, I have not touched it in years. I kind of want a Vita, but people have been telling me. Not people, but like, you know, there's been a lot of complaints with the Vita in terms of like there's no games, so should I really get the Vita or should I hold out on it? Alright, so without further ado, let's get to the new game. We're going to be doing Tinker Plant this game to unlock trophies while playing transferring. Oh, I'm not worried about that because I'm not connected to the PSN network right now, or PS network, so I'm not worried about that. But this game is split up into 2, right? The Tinker and Plant. You'll soon find out what it is, but essentially the Tinker portion is like should be no more than an hour and a half. I'm going to try and knock that out by the end of this session. Plant is what's really going to take up the majority of this game. And of course, this is where our beloved, but not so much at the time, Raiden was introduced into the series. And, you know, this is game kind of explains his origin stories and who this guy is and shit like that. Tanker will be playing as Solid Snake, but not for long enough. And it's kind of weird. This is my favorite, or like my really top favorite Metal Gear game that is even up there because I love Solid Snake, but Raiden is the one that you play as throughout most of it. So I don't know. When playing this on hard, felt like I punked out in the old Metal Gear game, in the first Metal Gear game. So I'm going to do hard. I'm not doing these two, at least not on camera. I think I finished this game on Extreme before, but never European Extreme. So I'm gonna be doing this on hard and Radar Type 2. And this is ridiculous. I always hated this. Not game over if discovered, game over if discovered. Fuck that. We're gonna do not game over if discovered because I know I'm gonna be fucking up, and I do not want to have a game over every single time. I don't think I ever saw these before. At least I don't remember. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go with 2001 dog tags, whatever. But of course, we got an intro cutscene to get through first, and that we're gonna watch right now. This is why I said at the beginning of MGS1, like, we're getting into the game already, because
River, 2 years ago,
it really becomes a thing.
We had classified intelligence that a new type of Metal Gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
It really starts to become a thing throughout the series to have like a 20, not even 20, maybe 10, 15 minute cutscene before you get into gameplay. But this is a good cutscene. I don't mind. I hope I don't have too many problems with the controls. I should have been playing this game for about, a few weeks just to get get reacquainted with the controls. I'm fucking stupid. Forgive me. Fucking walking across the Manhattan Bridge, all epic and shit. And yes, this first portion of the game is taking part in New York. Look at that shit. It's always interesting being from New York and when games and movies like are in New York and shit. Yeah, Snake. Fucking epic. And yes, this is the Metal Gear game that actually introduces Harry Gregson Williams for the soundtrack, and he is here to stay, people. It's fucking great, though. This is gonna get fucking. I wish I could stand out in a downpour like that. This is gonna get fucking sick.
Alright, boy. He's right on schedule. He'll know soon enough.
And y'all already know who that is. So, direct sequel to the first Metal Gear game, by the way, guys. No bullshit here. This is taking place, I believe, what is it, I forget how many years after the Shadow Moses incident. But several years, I'm sure.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
Oh my God. Okay?
The stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
We must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
Right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
Yeah, of course, it'd be too
Private
convenient
sector's not
otherwise.
so bad, is it? Privacy guaranteed.
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
You mean that thing with Naomi?
And I can't say I miss the chattering nanny.
Mei Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCEN again? Look, give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later. She's better off assuming it sooner and quit while she's safe.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly.
Does this catch
Now
up?
every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new one seems to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious, anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why
Amphibious.
this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
The mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right,
Excuse
I'll
me.
head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Of course, this is
Don't worry,
Marine
I
Corps.
know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Catch up again.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear.
Whew.
Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you have to reload after each shot since the slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good
Agreed.
too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic round will vary depending
Check
on
out
what
that
part of the
shit.
body is hit. We're talking about a difference of tens of seconds between hitting limbs, chest, or head. As for
Makes
the
sense.
equipment- Hey, Snake, cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning,
It's time to
have you?
spit out my stomach again.
Here's the digital camera. Works almost the same way as your old one.
Yeah, you guys are seeing this in full screen. I'm sure. I'm seeing it in full screen. Ugh.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists.
I don't mean they shouldn't be
Don't get caught.
armed.
You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No
Excuse
traces?
me.
Because I'm too good for that.
Excuse
Might be a
me.
trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
The water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters. The chopper.
Here's where shit starts to go bad. God damn. This man got laid out. And you know, that blood used to look really good back in the days. And that's fucking brutal. There was no reason to stab him like 3 times,
We're not the
man.
only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry.
That is fucked up, man.
What's their game? Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon. How many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
AKS 74U.
Russians.
Russians?
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head of hair.
And the hat, of course. You can't fucking deny it.
I'm transmitting a photo. Let's get an ID on him ASAP.
I'm on it.
Alright. I believe we're finally going to get to play in a second. But you see what I mean, though? You see, this really becomes a thing that you have to wait like a good 30 minutes.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now.
Or 20 to 30 minutes before you can play.
KA-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka?
It's fucking snake senses.
Killer whale.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the KA-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear. As long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right. I'll do my best.
This isn't like Shadow Moses. Reach me if anything happens. The frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my progress?
I'll do it. There's a frequency set aside for it. 140.
The days where you actually had to save
Sorry,
manually.
No Mei Ling this time. Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Gotcha, boss.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
Alright, we get to play. I think it's been 20 minutes, aside from my intro. Okay, now, let me be careful because there's a fucking dude rushing up there. But I'm going to try and familiarize myself with the controls, like just right here real quick. Okay, there's roll this time around, so now I'm good. If I hold the X button, I'll go prone after the roll. Triggers for the same purpose. Like I said before, right trigger for the weapons, left trigger for anything that'll help us progress. AP sensor, that will be handy, but not right now. No, I don't want to smoke cigarettes. Okay, and L1 to look. Pressure sensitive buttons, so if I lightly hold the square button, it'll only aim the gun forward. If I press it hard, it'll shoot, but otherwise it will not. Kind of tricky, but you get used to it after a while. I say this as if you're playing, but you know, I just want to give you guys like little details here. Triangle button, circle button. I'm pretty sure. Okay, there's our new 3-man combo. Boom, boom, boom. 3-ding combo. All right, so let me head out of here. I don't have no rations, so what I would like to do is see if I can nab one from one of these dudes. And yeah, there's a guy up there, but is he coming down? No, not yet. I don't have to worry about footsteps in this game. I don't think I have to worry about footsteps in this game. I'm pretty sure anyway. Oh man, I'm so scared. I don't want to fuck up in like the first 10 minutes of playthrough again. Nah, I got this. I'm gonna wait for this guy to like fuck up again. I gotta get in the holds, but this is not going to open for me, at least not that one. I have to go around or something to that extent. Alright, here we go. If I hold this guy up, there we go. Alright, I'm getting used to it. I'm gaining confidence. Maybe not so much. Square button to pick him up. Unlike the last game, which that was not so much the case. There we go. Give me something. There we go. I want bullets or something, man. Alright, have a good night.